More divinity. Your biological vessel contains more and more light. Dear ones, we greet you on the new earth, where new sprouts of earthly paradise emerge with each passing day. You are already building it. You are already manifesting tangible signs of new life on the new earth from the divine energies coming to earth. How are you doing this? You do it through the power of your spirit, your thoughts, intentions, actions, your daily behavior. You carry light, dear ones, and light creates because you allow it to create. This is your greatest achievement. You have opened the way for divine energies. After all, they could not come to earth otherwise than through you. Do you understand, dear ones? You are conduits of divine energies. You are channels through which God could enter earthly reality. And as channels, you become increasingly pure. This happens not only because you become closer to God, but also because you contain more and more of God within you. You are divine by your nature, dear ones. Your spirit is divine. But your biological bodies were created in such a way as to allow you to exist best in earthly conditions. And yet they could only contain a very small fraction of divine vibrations. Your bodies were made of earthly matter, and your task for millennia has been to elevate your bodies to divine vibrations. This process has been very slow and gradual. Once upon a time, you could not contain any significant portion of divinity. Your bodies simply could not withstand it. They would burn in this powerful energy. And now you have evolved to the point where you can contain portions of divinity that you could only dream of before. This means you have elevated your material bodies to a level where they can endure divine vibrations without harm to themselves. You are truly becoming beings of light, dear ones. Your bodies are no longer entirely material. Each of your cells largely consists of energies. Your DNA is electromagnetic by nature, and its vibrational nature becomes increasingly apparent. You vibrate at such high levels that were unimaginable to you just half a century ago. Dear ones, you are conduits of divinity, and you can bring divinity into your world only through your body. You as spirit are immortal, eternal, and can travel throughout the universe without limitations. But earthly life has limitations. It requires a body. Without a body, you cannot feel, think, realize, intend, create. That's why it's so important for your body to rise higher and higher in vibrational levels. Along with the body, your consciousness is elevated. These are two interrelated processes. It is impossible to have an elevated consciousness and a divine perception of the world if your body remains at the level of low, coarse vibrations. Such a body simply cannot contain the new level of consciousness. Remember that you are holistic beings. You are both spirit and body simultaneously, and as long as you live on earth, these two aspects are inseparable. They mutually influence each other. Sometimes you may feel that the development of your spirit is ahead of the body, and then you experience discomfort. And the body cannot surpass the spirit in development because it is transformed by the spirit, elevated by the spirit to a divine level. Old attributes that hinder you from containing divinity are no longer relevant. Find the balance between body and spirit that suits you. Turn to God with the words, "Dear Most High, help me establish such a pace of my development so that spirit and body dwell in harmony and balance." Address your cells, asking them to contain as much divinity as they can. And of course, rid yourself of all obstacles that hinder your body, mind, consciousness from containing divine energies. Here are these obstacles: disbelief in yourself, self-rejection, disbelief that you are a conduit of divine energies, habit of self-deprecation, lack of unconditional self-love, susceptibility to fears and other dissonant energies, dependence on material things, dependence on other people. Dear ones, each of you still has these obstacles within. Do not judge yourself for them. In the old energies, each of you was raised to live with a full set of all these attributes that hindered you from breaking through to divinity, but you have still broken through to divinity, dear ones. And therefore all these old attributes retreat, but they do not retreat willingly. They retreat with battles. So do not expect to get rid of all of them at once. They will come back from time to time. Let this not scare you. It's normal. Just be vigilant. Also, be attentive to yourself. Notice manifestations of discomfort. Notice when your channel of communication with God seems to become less transparent, less clear. You all know these states. Sometimes you feel like God has abandoned you, but that's not true. God cannot abandon you, just as the sun cannot stop shining. But sometimes there are clouds between you and the sun. These clouds prevent you from seeing the sun, but you don't think that the sun has left you, abandoned you. Similarly, when clouds of your disbelief or despondency or lack of self-friendly attitude arise between you and God, God does not leave you. And if you ask Him to help you disperse the clouds, He will help you. Every time you drive away another cloud of dark energies, God becomes even closer to you, and you contain even more divinity within you. And even if you take 2 steps forward and 1 step back, you still progress, dear ones. And it's very noticeable. Your speed of advancement towards God astounds the entire universe. Now, these speeds are such that when you wake up in the morning, the person who wakes up is not the same person who fell asleep the night before. A more enlightened, more elevated, more divine person wakes up. You grow even in your sleep, dear ones. So help your growth by clearing the way for divine energies, freeing your consciousness, your mind, your heart, your soul, your body from the attributes of the past. Stop thinking poorly of yourself. Here's a hint, right from this moment, stop thinking poorly of yourself. As soon as you think poorly of yourself, you create that very black cloud that hides God from you. Yes, dear ones, each of you has such a habit, to think poorly of yourself. Often you don't even notice how you do it. You have been conditioned to this for millennia. It was beneficial to someone, and it's still beneficial now for you to think poorly of yourself. A person who thinks poorly of themselves is easy to control. A person who thinks poorly of themselves becomes weak, and they can be subjugated. A person who thinks poorly of themselves will serve others and give them their power, to those whom they consider better than themselves. Dear ones, among you, there is no one who is better or worse than others. You are all divine, but you only realize it to varying degrees. If you do not realize your divinity, if you do not know your divine worth, then you will exist in detachment from your true essence, from your spirit. You came to earth to unite with the spirit, and for this you must be confident that you are worthy of divinity. You are worthy, dear ones. This is a self-evident truth requiring no proof. Just believe in it. Just realize it. Without your realization, nothing will work in this world. Awareness of your divinity is the key to building earthly paradise. Become the eyes and ears of God. Right now, listen to yourself and feel the divinity within you. Surely you feel that there is more divinity within you. And it's very important to realize this as a feeling. What do you feel when you become divine? Are your thoughts divine? Your feelings, emotions, divine? Your attitude towards yourself, divine? Your attitude towards other people, divine? Your perception of reality, divine? Ask yourself these questions constantly. Yes, literally every moment of your life. Check everything you do, say, think. Feel for compliance with divinity. Learn to look at yourself and the world around you through the eyes of God. For example, you got upset about something. Is this a divine manifestation? Does God get upset? No. So look at your experiences through the eyes of God. Ask Him how He sees it. What does He think about it? And your tears will dry up instantly, and you will see the situation that caused your distress with new eyes. You will see that it is not so bad as to cry about it. You will see a worthy, graceful way out of it, and therefore you will be able to perform truly divine actions, divine deeds. Cry on. Yes, dear ones, you are becoming more and more like God. Accept this as a fact. Accept this as something you are worthy of. God is very close to you. And when you take a step towards God, He takes 10 steps towards you. Do you understand? Your requests to God now reach Him very easily and quickly. You receive an answer instantly. If you see a black cloud on your horizon, ask God what it means. God will instantly give you enough light to see any problem as it is and see how to solve it. Sometimes there is no need for a solution. The divine light itself becomes the solution, dissolving the problem, and a moment later it simply does not exist. You see, dear ones, in the old energies, you often wandered in darkness and did not see the true nature of things. You thought that something was a problem when it was not. Trying to solve this problem, you only got more entangled in darkness and could no longer see a way out. This happened in your relationships with loved ones. Unable to shed divine light on them, you mistook some trifle or misunderstanding for a problem. You got offended when there was no reason to be offended, and sometimes even parted ways with loved ones, thinking that there were insurmountable barriers between you, whereas these barriers existed only in your mind. By shedding divine light on such problems, you can see that they do not actually exist. You can see ways to improve relationships where you didn't see them before. All this is what it means to be closer to God. All this is what it means to become more divine. Your divinity will help you resolve any situation in love, not in hatred, irritation, anger, or offense. All these dissonant energies prevent you from seeing the true state of affairs. They cloud your vision. Yes, dear ones, until now you have been creating problems for yourselves because you did not see the love behind it all. By becoming more divine, you will see love, not hatred. You will see what is really there, and you will begin to act out of love, not out of hatred. When you act out of love, problems dissolve. Divine truth is available to you at any moment. Ask yourself another question. Is what you know about the world, about yourself, about other people, divine truth? When you act based on your knowledge, your understanding of problems and situations, are you acting based on divine truth? Dear ones, if you act based on divine truth, you simply won't have problems. There will only be challenges that you will begin to honorably solve for your own good. There will be steps of growth, not problems hindering your progress. Do you understand the difference? Turn to God with a request. Almighty, show me what the divine truth is here. Do this every time you can't figure out a situation or when your consciousness is clouded by dissonant energies. Ask God to see through your eyes and listen through your ears. In this way, you will become a clear conduit of divine love and divine truth. You will be able to navigate through any difficulty as you will clearly see the essence of what's happening and the ways out. And the biggest secret is that these ways out are within you. They are known to your spirit, and deep down you've always known these ways. Your consciousness was just clouded for a while, but now is the moment when you can look at everything through God's eyes and say, it's actually so simple, it's so easy, and it's so beautiful. Dear ones, you will see that life is truly beautiful. That's what you'll see when you look through God's eyes, and all the darkness and fear, it's nothing but a deception of your vision. Now your vision is becoming divine. Your hearing is becoming divine. Your thoughts and feelings are becoming divine. This means that you yourselves are becoming divine. This is what it means that paradise on earth is already near. It's already within you. Each of you carries paradise within. Open it within yourself, and then paradise will come to earth. So be it. Cryon practice exercise. Acceptance of yourself at all levels. Think about what you don't accept within yourself, what you dislike, what periodically causes your dissatisfaction, what makes you angry at yourself or makes you feel awkward, what you criticize yourself for. Notice, any manifestation of a bad mood usually indicates that you don't want to accept something within yourself or in the world. When you notice a bad mood, don't brush it off, but start to investigate, asking yourself, what exactly am I not accepting? You may notice that you get upset about your appearance or behavior, about your feelings, emotions, thoughts, about your well-being, mood, mistakes, failures, etc. Close your eyes, relax, and look at yourself and the situation through the eyes of God, loving and forgiving. Tell yourself, I accept myself as I am at all levels. I accept my body as it is. I accept my thoughts and feelings as they are. I accept my behavior as it is. I accept my decisions and actions as they are. Add anything else you deem necessary. Understand, to accept does not mean not wanting to change it. But to change something, you must first accept it as it is. If you don't accept the fact that you're sick, you won't know your diagnosis and won't be able to undergo the necessary treatment. The same here, until you say to yourself, yes, this is how it is. Yes, this exists. You won't be able to change it for the better. Imagine how the divine light washes over everything you want to accept within yourself. Your body, your feelings, thoughts, etc. Repeat this exercise daily, and it will become easier for you to accept yourself. and therefore you will be able to contain more divinity within yourself, which your non-acceptance of yourself greatly hinders. Exercise light in every cell. Stay alone in a calm environment, close your eyes, breathe evenly and steadily. Imagine that you are in a stream of sparkling, shimmering, pure and transparent diamond light. This stream comes from the highest dimensions of divinity. This stream enters your body and fills it completely. Breathe deeply and imagine how with each inhale, light enters every cell of your body and settles there.